Welcome to our marketing and branding event here. Welcome to our marketing and branding webinar. Go through the values and importance of marketing, of branding, what to do, what to avoid. The first off, of course, our vision is that we make dreams reality, which is exactly why we're doing this, because in everything we do, every day we change lives. Everything we do brings a champagne moment to someone's life. We strive to be the best at everything we do every day because people depend on us and have put their future in our hands. We honor that commitment by improving every single day. So branding and marketing, it is the lifeblood of any business. That is where the deals come through. That is where the sales are made. That is where the reputation is created. So it all starts with branding, continues with marketing. You earn your income by selling, and you maintain it through customer service. These are the 4 steps of creating successful income from anything you do. It starts with building your brand. Then you have to market and make it clear what is your offer. Then when you have leads, you need to sell them on your offer. And then you have to keep them through great quality customer service. So we're going to start off here with branding. We've of course already done our series on sales. And branding is really a series of questions. It's answering the question, who are you? Who are you? That is your brand. Who are you? Why should I listen to you? There are hundreds of people that are trying to sell me things, that are telling me that they're the authority, the specialist, but why should I listen to you? Why shouldn't I just go and listen to one of the others? What do you stand for? What are your values? What do you live up to? What do you do? What have you done before? What results have you achieved? What is your legacy? And then, of course, as we know, it's always about WIIFM. What can you do for me? What's in it for me? That's all I care about. What can you do for me? Then I want to know, what do others say about you? What proof can you provide when you say, this is who I am, this is why you should listen to me, this is what I stand for, this is what I've done before, and this is what I can do for you? How do you prove it? What do others say about you? What other proof can you provide? And then branding is truly about emotion. So what is the emotion I have when I think of you? What emotion do you create within? And what do I tell my friends about? Because you don't have a brand is supposed to create an emotion, a feeling of wanting to work with you. And that comes down to me wanting to tell my friends, my wanting to spread your brand, and me wanting to help you get more clients. I want my friends to work with you. That is when you have a powerful brand. So how do I affect my brand? Well, it's important to understand that you control the narrative. You control the story. You control what's being said. You're in the driver's seat. And there's a simple reason to why. Because often you will feel that, no, other people talk and there's nothing I can do to change what they say. That's not true. That is not true. And there's one simple reason why. You are the only person in the world that cares about you. I know it sounds horrible when I say it that way, but it's true. You are the only person in the world that cares about you. No one else cares. They're too focused on themselves. They're thinking, what is my brand? What are people saying about me? How do I make friends? How do I be popular? How do I make income? That is what they care about. So that means, yes, people will talk about you, but that is not what they're thinking about most of the time. That's not what they care about. The only one that cares constantly about you and your story is you, which means that you are in a prime position to make sure that the large part of that story is coming from you and it's saying what you want to be said. So our first exercise of the day is to go back to these 9 questions and answer them about yourself, about the company, about the brand, and say, what would I want? To answer the question, who am I? Why should someone listen to me? What do I stand for? What are my values? What have I done before? What can I do for you or for others? What do others say about me? What testimonials do I have? Do I have other proof? What is the emotion I want to elicit from people? And what do I want them to be telling their friends? Answer those questions, because before you know, how is someone else supposed to know? And then that is what you tell the world. And there are some different things to think about when you're going to tell the world. First of all, is how will it sound when they read it? Okay? And I know if you write a sentence, if you, by putting the focus on different words in a sentence, you can create sarcasm, you can create a joke, you can create something serious, you can create something racist. There are so many ways to interpret a sentence. I mean, just take this one. How would it sound when they read it? I'm telling you that did not sound good. So how will it sound when they read it? More excited, more, yeah, just different ways of focusing on the same sentence will give completely different results, which means that you have to think about how are all the ways that what I just said can be interpreted. And then it's important to say, have I earned the right to say this? And that can be so many things. I mean, we're all of us really here in the business, we're all pretty young people. And we all need to think about, we cannot say things like, well, with the wisdom of years, I have realized, because to be honest, we don't have that many years to be wisdom, to have created wisdom. What we do have is experience. And you can say, well, through my experience, and you can prove it by saying, doing this, this, and this, I have found. And just that little change means that is something you have the right to say. You have to think about, have I earned the right to say it? And how will it sound to the other person? It's never too late to make a change. Well, if you're 30, 40, of course it's not too late to make a change. But if you're 80, you might not agree. But if someone who's 80 is saying it's never too late to make a change, well, they've earned the right to say that. See the difference? And that's important. Can you say what you want to say? Or you have to bring in a quote from someone else who's earned the right to say it and let them say it through you. What can you say? What does someone else have to say? And then, and this will be country by country. I mean, in the US, it's more okay to brag, but you don't want to ever come off as bragging. In Scandinavia, you want to be very careful about bragging. You want to tell people, this is what I've done, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, without being brash, without being bragging. Don't be shy either. Don't say, oh, look, I just did that. I was at a seminar, and I was at an event with one of the larger networks here in Sweden. And throughout the event, the owner of the network kept saying, "Well, this is my little network. It's something I've done," and he kept diminishing it the whole time. And I could see, I could sense in the room how people were like, "But I'm a part of this. Why is he? Why is he insulting us by calling us small? We're one of the biggest networks in this country. Why is he insulting us?" They wanted to be proud of what they had created together. They felt part of it. But he was saying, "Well, I've done this," and he didn't want to brag. He did feel it was him. He did not feel it was us as a group. He felt it was him who had built this, and he didn't want to brag. So he said, "Well, I built this little thing, and I'm very proud of it." And that made us feel unincluded, and like all the work everyone had done was for naught. You want to think about, again, how did it sound to us? Well, we did not feel included. If he instead had included us, he could have bragged, because it wasn't bragging about him. He could have bragged about all of us. And this is an important, this is the main mistake of marketers. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. We are selling our brand. Show, don't tell. Okay? Yes, you need facts, but facts need to come out in a story. So, for example, say when we started branding ourselves, we started showing off properties we had done. And in the beginning, what we did before we really got into branding, we would tell people, hey, I have 10 properties and 15 properties and 20 properties. We had all these facts. We're doing this. We're getting this rent. This is our expectation. And first of all, it sounded bragging. And second of all, people were like, yeah, fine, sure, prove it. And then all of a sudden, we just posted a post on Facebook where we said, our latest addition to our portfolio. And this house was run down because we told the story about the family who'd been there. We could help them get out of their property and into a new home. This is how the property looked. We had pictures of how horrible it looked, and then we did it up, and it's a beautiful home now. And this is how it looks, and a family's moving in. And all of a sudden, we're telling about how we helped someone, how we actually own a property. We can prove that we own a property. We have pictures, and we could talk about the family that moved in, the ones we helped in, the ones we helped out. We're showing what we stand for. We're helping people. Yes, we're making money, but we're helping people, and we're creating value. We're improving people's lives, and that is what we stand for. By telling that story, we got investors from all over the world contact us saying, hey, wow, that is impressive. I want to be a part of it. That's how you brand. And you can also use branding by association. Hey, I just met Nick Vujicic and actually had a little conversation with him. This meant this, and this. You can tell about the conversation. You don't just say, hey, I just met Nick and we had a conversation. No, you tell a story about it. I just met Nick. He told me this, and this. It was amazing to hear him talk about these things. And I'm just talking about what he's doing and how incredible he is and the sit down I had with him. But people are being jealous. They would love to have been in my position, but I'm sharing and I'm giving and I'm creating value. And that is something that creates brand. So for our next webinar, we're actually going to put some of this into practice. Linnea Theodorsson is going to run a event for us now, a webinar about social media marketing and branding, how to write posts, how to create posts, and how to create a following. That is on the 13th of October. So I'm really, really looking forward to that and continuing this series. Thank you very much for being a part of it.